in humanities. And are you outside? Okay, are y'all outside? So Andrea and Dr. Joseph are looking for the social science building outside. Andrea's like, now where are we having this again? Yeah, I seen them. She said, well, what the humanities? I'm like, we don't have anything in humanities. She's like, well, I was looking for you.
That makes sense. But then you might not have been there. You might have been at the other building. I'll be back. I'm going to the restaurant.
Okay.
All right, so if Dr. Joseph and Diane do theirs, well, I'll just do, welcome to the staff, whatever it's a staff meeting presented by the staff council, Christina O'Brien, co-chair, well, my other co-chair, Daniel Doyle, D&D, not R&D, not double T's.
Right, no, not the double T's.
And then, so I can do the so we have 2 new members this year, Michelle Taylor and Andrea. She runs Andrea. And
It's
then,
not capitalized though, I don't know.
I think they did it for pronunciation. I'm assuming pronunciation. When we doing.
It's so funny, you always hearing everybody call her Andrea, and it's just because I never call her Andrea. She's Drea.
She got that drink? No, I did not.
Yeah, we're cousins. Her kids are my godchildren.
All right, I'm thinking some collusion's going on to get her on the board here now.
Hey, I did go around. I'm not gonna lie, I went around here and trying to get people to vote, and like, because most of the people around here just ignore the emails. Like, they're like, well, if you don't have anybody to vote for Andrea. Well.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And then you want to just go through and read the things that you highlighted?
That's probably what I'll do. That's probably what I'll do because...
Hello.
Hello.
How are y'all?
Good. Glad you're back.
Yeah, thank you. Not sure what I was expected of me and what I need to do.
I'm a master of ad-libbing, so I just making stuff up as I go. But really, we were just talking. I'll do introductions or just welcome everyone. Introduce our 2 members.
Dr. Joseph as well for the people who have not had an opportunity to meet her.
Well, sure. I mean, as part of we have you on there, so if in the past, if like Dr. Newberry or Diane right there, then we would just do bullet points. But if you want to remark, I just want to turn it over to you to say a few things. It's whatever you want to do. I was just going to take what you did.
And I would do no more than that, I assure you.
You may have a little more influence. So
I'm glad you have that, so I can use
certainly
that as my cheat sheet.
All yours.
Because y'all send this out too, though, don't y'all?
Yeah, I emailed it not too long ago.
Well, and I know it was so late in getting it because they wanted it Wednesday and.
Like I say,
the main reason she wanted them early this week is because she had to be at a conference Thursday and Friday, so she was trying to get it all done so she can go to the conference.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I just wanted to mention to everybody the stream is already live, so it's Big Brother could be watching. I have to do a test.
I think.
At least I warned you.
I have another meeting.
It was in the left side.
That's why, so we understand that completely.
So I'm going to put this over here so that when I run out, I can not disrupt everything.
I mean, it's usually a pretty informal type of meeting. We don't stand in and read all of the reports that we got because nobody wants to sit and listen to us read everything we have. So we kind of just, like, he's highlighted some of the points we're going to hit. But it's usually pretty informal. Unfortunately, we don't get as many staff members to come out for it as we would like. But
well, and I know student services at downtown today are in a training session.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of the reasons why most of them are not here. That's quite a few people. So
So yeah, I was just going to touch on some of the things that others have sent in. You know, just new academic service division, talking about learning commons.
What's the new, we are.
They're just,
I don't read these reports, obviously, so. I did good to read this one.
go quickly.
God, he said that was on, so he probably caught me on taking it back.
I was thinking about, I don't know if I'm going to list all these, but I was going to talk about, just mention that there is this, and then the learning commons, I know in the tutoring services they've been trying to promote. There's a new associate director of admissions. I was going to just touch on some of the graduate numbers from last year as far as credentials. Obviously, we got Morris Deli, which is big, so.
Yeah, and I think people have, I haven't really been down there to see, but I think people are pleased with Morris Deli. The times I have been in there, which was once, they had a good turnout. So.
I know they were able to, I work part-time at one of YMCA's, and the director there is actually friends with Frank. They know him, so they went to.
What are you doing, Jeffrey?
I poured that. You know how you pour those mixes in there, and I was just trying to make sure it wasn't all sitting at the bottom of the.
Had Morris Deli.
You know, just sitting down there on the bottom.
Bottom, yeah.
Us, and so we just decided.
It just looked funny because he was like, oh. Got your drink.
It's right down here, and then you make the first hallway you get to, you make the left.
Thank you.
I used to go to school on this campus. I used to work on this campus. How did you know? Okay, I've got.
She told me you to call him Drea. I think you haven't told me.
Drea, not Drea, not Drea. Don't do Drea.
You don't know that. I'm adopted.
Right, we know.
Could be. You never know.
But she was lost too. She got out of school. Which is good. Which is good. She's like, yo, you are so lucky. She's like, you just come to me. Your hair is
Bridget, I just got your email. It's Jamie does it. Jamie Beaven from the Carrollton campus. Does it still say Dr. Gerlachie? Okay, I'll make sure that gets changed next time. Well, I had to look at it because I went to, there was something, she said it was the wrong date. It said March 27, 2015. So I had to change that cover sheet because it had the wrong date on it. And then when I went to do this one, I almost forgot to change this. It still said Dr. Newberry's update. And Melissa sent that to me. And I'm like, yeah, I probably need to change that.
CPC has a request for college quality council. What they want to do for faculty councils, what they want to do for staff councils. So what we did with the panel last year, create sessions of how we enjoy, highlight crews and things like that. Is that possible?
You mean like at the college level, right?
Yeah. Information dissemination.
As long as somebody from,
Yeah,
probably could actually make it here, you know, we have to make the arrangement.
Good.
But we don't do much in these meetings anyway, so yeah, a little bit more time.
And we have an information. It's annual wise.
Then, so before I made that announcement, it was filming, but it wasn't, you can hear the audio until I made the announcement,
So do you cut some of that stuff out before you, or no, everybody just gets to hear it if they are on there?
you can hear it. But I'm saying,
There's no 3-second delay?
no.
Not that sophisticated.
Yeah, they started doing that after the wardrobe malfunction, didn't they?
So did you want to go back and forth and say the scenes, or did you want to? Okay. This is your area. You let me know what we're doing. I'll do all the emails and the paperwork, but this kind of stuff, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, there's
doing, Chris?
Got your vision, Chris? Thank you.
Sure.
It's good. It wasn't that difficult of a task, now was it?
That's what I thought about for a minute.
But you know what? It needs to be the first thing that comes off because that's where the best ideas are. When you think about it too long, then you try to get it right, to get it perfect. Nah, that's not what I was doing.
I started hearing one that. If I had my purse, I'd have one better than my purse.
Think about it.
Highlighter.
Everything in mind, baby diapers, hand sanitizer, corkscrew, the necessities.
You never know when you need a good corkscrew.
Hey, okay.
What's red coordinate?
That doesn't sound like you already saw
I mean, I don't mean to say
Is
that
that
it's
revolutionary? Is
anyway,
that revolutionary? Return October 12th. Colonial Life in Kentucky will be on display.
I would go.
I guess it's Revolutionary War Day, or is it called Red War?
I was interested in history. We had Constitution Day out here yesterday.
Oh, it's exciting. I actually like this. It's funny when female students versus male students.
Somebody sent me some information about
Most,
Constitution
not
Day.
like-
So do all campuses do it whenever they want, or is there a set time that's supposed to be done?
I think that was a.
It's
Did the downtown do anything?
What's that?
For Constitution Day?
You're supposed to, I don't know. I don't know.
On a set day?
On the 17th, or whatever the day, Constitution Day is.
John used to do something downtown, but I don't know if Peggy is.
If you're supposed to and you don't, then what?
I don't know. I mean, it's like a federal mandate to do something.
So the fact that one campus did something could meet that mandate.
I presume.
There you go. Next on the agenda.
It's Cheeseburger Day.
I
Didn't do anything for that.
I can talk. Let's start doing.
So after she speaks, I'll
Okay. Okay. Okay, sounds good.
Live. You want the mic on?
Well, I've got this boom mic, so I can really, it's really gonna pick up. It's just in case you think you might need it.
No, this is when we were in the downtown, the bigger one.
I didn't have this boom mic then.
There you go. Snore the boom.
Bad Dan.
You know there's gonna be comedy. Are we ready? Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the college-wide staff meeting brought to you by our staff council. My name is Dan O'Brien. I'm one of the co-chairs, and I also have Danielle Doyle, who is my other co-chair. Or we are co-chairs this year, D&D. So welcome. We do have a couple of new members this year on staff council. Michelle Gaither from the technical campus, and then Andrea Howard from the downtown campus. So welcome. Glad they're on the committee with us. We're going to talk about some updates from around the campus, but before that, we're going to have Dr. Gwen Joseph, our new interim president, talk, and then Provost Diane Calvin French speak. So I'm going to turn over to Dr. Joseph.
Thank you. And I think most of you have heard me speak before. Am I right on that? I don't have anything new to say. Okay, so what else do y'all want to know? Yeah, I do have my the President's report. Did anyone read the President's report? Okay, at least I have a few more than I read in the faculty meeting I had this morning. I had only one in that meeting of about 20, so at least 3 people reading it. I'm pleased. Just to talk to you all a little bit about the college, what has been the primary focus of the President's staff, the leadership team, is the budget situation. We're still looking at the budget. We're still trying to come up with strategies on what we need to do and when we need to do them. One of the things that you'll see in my report is that there's a list of strategies there, and just so you'll know, those strategies were given to the board. The board asked for what do we intend to do to address our current budget deficit. We're looking at probably about $1.7 million for this semester. You may have been hearing the figure of 1.2. It is a little bit more than we originally thought. The more that we get concrete numbers, the more we know where we are, then we have a better feel for just how much the deficit is. You'll see a number of things listed. These are long-term strategies. They're not things that we expect overnight to save us the money that we need to save. But we do expect them to start making some kind of an impact over the long term. So let me just say the big concern is, even though right now we're talking 1.7, if our enrollments are not up in the spring, we are looking at that figure to go up. So, you know, if you start hearing different amounts, just realize more than likely that's because we may still be short in terms of our enrollments in the long run. So, but we are thinking about what is it that we can do to address the issues. We're looking at putting teams together to work through how do we implement some of the ideas that we have in place. The things that you see here are early on. We've not really implemented anything. We've been looking at it. We're still looking at things. We're trying to make things more data-driven so that our decisions aren't just, knee-jerk reactions, but that we have some kind of data, something behind what the decisions are. So that's the bad news. The good news is, there are a number of good things going on. For example, we have again been named as a leader college for Achieving the Dream. And basically, we were named that again because the college is showing that it's making progress and using data to improve the students' success in achieving their goals. So, we're really proud of the college for that. I think we're a leader college for the next 3 years again. So there's some positive things that's happening. The other thing is that because we are an Achieving the Dream college now, we have been invited to submit for a grant for AACC and the Gates Foundation to participate in their Pathways project. Now, this is a competitive process, and at this point, we don't know whether or not we will be selected. We're hoping that we will. But just know that if we are, we're committing to make some major transformational changes within the institution as to how we operate overall. And again, because of the Achieving the Dream, it will be data-driven. But we're looking at ways to improve student success, look at our organization to be more effective. There are a number of issues that, as a part of this initiative, that we're committing. Yes, we're willing to look at ourselves, we're willing to use the data, and we're willing to put the changes in place to make those things happen. So, our strategic plan, how many of you submitted your survey? You need to do your survey. You need to do your survey. Those hands that were up, I need you to do your surveys. The goal is to get as much information as possible. We are also looking at bringing the students' voice into the survey, as well as looking at business and industry. And then we will use that data to help guide where we're trying to go overall with our strategic plan for the next 6 years. We're developing the strategic plan for 2016 to 2027. Is that right? 2022.
Yeah, 22.
2022. See, we don't even know how to say it.
I know.
And let me just say, I'm old enough to think that I would have never seen 20 anything, let alone 2022. So, yeah, scary. KCTCS is doing some regional dialogues with the business and industry community as well as the general community. Those regional dialogues are being sponsored by the Gates Foundation. Basically, we're looking at the community coming in, a small core group of community members, about 30 from JCTC and about 30 from Elizabethtown, will come in and talk with Dr. Box on the challenges they see that we're facing, and then make recommendations and suggestions on how we can best address some of those challenges. That input will go into the KCTCS strategic plan. And as you know, our goal is that the JCTC, that JCTC's strategic plan will align with KCTCS's strategic plan. So it really is all about alignment and trying to make sure that whatever is going on at the state level then filters through to the college and the local level. As you know, because we're going to have it at this campus, how many of you were here when Dr. Horvath was president?
Gosh, is it just the two of us in this room? Wow.
They were around a long time ago then, because Dr. Horvath was here between 1975 and 1995. But he passed just recently. Was the leader of the college and is well thought of in the community, and we are planning a memorial service at this campus for Dr. Horvath in the auditorium that's named after him. So you all will be getting more information about that. And then in terms of your presidential search, I think all of you know the 3 candidates. Have anybody Googled them yet? Okay, what do y'all, tell me what you found.
They seem very qualified. I gotta be honest, there's one that I like more than the other. And looking at it on paper, there's one that I feel like is better suited than the other 2. But I want to go hear him speak, because just looking at it on paper doesn't tell you everything you need.
Okay, and I'm not going to ask you to tell me who the person is, but tell me what was it on paper that resonated with you that you think that, this would be a good candidate.
That's big. I felt like one of the candidates seemed to have the experience that would help with some of the situations that we are going through right now. It seemed like they had dealt with that kind of a situation before, which makes me feel good, because if you have somebody that comes in that's never dealt with that kind of thing before, they have to learn it all before they can help solve the problem. Whereas that particular person seemed to maybe come in on a better track to be able to help us out a little sooner. Maybe hit the ground running a little faster than the others.
Same question.
Along the same lines, my background is with workforce and workforce development, and I was leading workforce candidates that had experience with tech colleges, because our tech community, our tech campus is used a little voodoo, because as it mirrors with industries and things that are going on in the community, I think that some of our programming is not really mirroring what's in demand locally. So anyone who has experience in that area and is now so very workforce mission, I think it's very good for the college. Great deal.
Thank you. Any other thoughts? Anybody else? Google them. Well, I encourage all of you, the schedule should come out fairly soon in terms of the forums, and I encourage all of you to participate in the forums and then provide your feedback. I'm not sure how this consultant does it, but most consultants will ask for participants in the forum to give feedback on each of the candidates. So if you can see all of the candidates, that would be really good. Now, it is my understanding that if they are to be streamed, you can't actually get out to see the candidates in person. So you would have a chance to see them on TV, just like those folks are seeing me on TV now. Okay, that's about it in terms of the things that Dan had highlighted that he was going to talk about from my report. So, any questions from me? Anything related to the report or to any rumors? Anybody heard any good rumors lately?
Can we plant some rumors?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Starbucks coming to campus.
Now that one might not be as far-fetched. so yeah, I'm now just opening it up for any kinds of questions, because other than just giving you a highlight on it, so you didn't have anything really planned. Given the report and those of you, is this the kind of information you're wanting for your reports? Just so you'll know that I pulled most of it from what we reported to the board. So we'll just give you the same kind of information that we reported to the board.
I think that's kind of what everybody usually does, like staff council, faculty council, the board, all kind of get the same information, it's just a different audience each time, so.
Yeah, and I gave the same report to the different alumni. Okay, well, I thank you. I thank you for all you're doing for the college. So one thing that I have been hearing is today I've had back-to-back meetings with various constituents. And, you know, we'll talk about, or they've talked about the morale issue. And one of the things that I know that we may not often say is how much we appreciate what you do. You know, you'll hear me stand up complaining about the fact that we have to change the way we're thinking and change the way we're doing business because we have to do something about the budget deficit. But the reality is that I do recognize the fact that, you know, you are contributing to the success that we have. And we do value that. So I do want to thank you for what you are doing and let you know that we really do appreciate it, even though if you don't hear it from us. So, you know, at some point, if you don't hear it from me in the next 3 months and you feel the need to hear it, just come say, hey, you know what, I need you to tell me you appreciate me. I'm willing to do that. So I thank you. I thank you for your time. I'm running off to another meeting now, but I wish all of you a great weekend.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Before I introduce Dr. Diane Callan-Friend speak, I'm just going to put a note in here that Dr. Joseph will let me email her for positive vibes.
Well, you know what, and you said that, let me just, I just thought about something. With the various groups that I spoke to today, I did tell them, I'm asking each of you, send me one thing that's positive that you think that we need to be promoting about what we've done at the college. So, you know, I offer you that too. Just send me an email, and you know, I know all of you know my aversion to emails. I do read emails. I just don't like reading them. But I will, those things that you're sending me, I'm looking at putting them together, and we're going to do something with it. We're going to figure out a way to make it known that this college is doing some good stuff, even if we're making it known to ourselves, because we don't know what everybody is doing across the board. We know what's happening at our campus, but we may not know what's happening at the college across the board. And that's one of the things that I really want to address. So
I think it'll be nice to hear some positive stuff about it.
there's a lot of positive stuff going on.
There are a lot of things. Thank you. Now I really will email. All right. Now I'm going to turn it over to our provost, Dr. Diane Callan-Friend. Give her updates.
Thank you. You know, I used to be a cocktail lounge singer, and anytime you get me like with I want to go, a show.
Well, the microphone's right behind there, so you can't use it. You know, I like the microphone too.
Well, I have sent a report, which you all have a copy of, but the main thing I do want to talk about is enrollment. because it is a concern to all of us, and obviously it has a huge impact on our resources and what we're able to do. So if you remember, last year we did make the enrollment that we projected, which meant that we not only met our revenue that we needed in tuition in the fall, but we exceeded it by about close to $400,000. In the spring, we pretty much broke even. We got what we thought we'd get. On the other hand, we had a huge budget imbalance that we had to fix, which we fixed. Unfortunately, this fall, like community colleges nationally, and like the community colleges, the other community colleges in Kentucky, we are experiencing a decrease in enrollment. There are a lot of reasons we can speculate. We know, for instance, that last year we had about 2,000 students at the end of the 13-14 academic year, about 2,000 that went on financial aid probation. In other words, they were no longer eligible for financial aid because they were not succeeding in their classes. The end of last academic year, that number was over 3,000. So, what it says is that for whatever reason, our students are not succeeding. And so a lot of them are flunking out and are not able to be here. On the other hand, we also graduated about 1,000 more students. All right, 1,000 more associate degrees, right? Or is it 1,000 more students?
Total associates this time around is 1,400. That's the top we've ever had.
So we are succeeding with a lot of students, but obviously the economy is better. So a lot of people who were going to school are able to find some kind of job, so they're doing jobs. So basically what we know is we've got to work extremely hard in this climate to keep our enrollment level, because so much of our enrollment, so much of our revenue comes from our tuition. And if our enrollment is down, our tuition is down, which means our whole budget is down. So right now, it looks like we're about 12, I'm anticipating we're going to be about 12 to 14% down in headcount. Now, fortunately, we are having a really good online enrollment season, thanks to Adam, to Tina, and others who are doing everything possible to get every student who wants an online class into a Jefferson online class. So that is helping us make up some of the revenue with students from other colleges who are taking Jefferson classes, and we get the money if we're the college that offers the classes. So, we could be down, 8 or 9% in credit hours. We just don't know. We're still taking in enrollment from people who are maybe starting online classes that have different terms when they start, different times when they start. We're putting in all of the dual credit classes now. So everything is still in flux. But I think we can anticipate that we're likely to be down $1 million, $1.2 million. Right now, it looks like we're about $1.7 million down from where we were last year in tuition revenue, if you just look at this year versus last year. So what all of that says to us, well, it says really two things. The first thing it says is we have really got to work on spring enrollment. We can't afford to lose anybody. And we even need to get more students in spring than we had this fall. The second thing it tells us is that we are going to have budget difficulties to deal with, and so we're going to have to be very creative. We're going to have to be very disciplined in order to manage to keep the college going within the budget that we have. So, we're looking we're trying to make the most efficient schedule possible. serve the most students with the fewest amount of expenses, et cetera. But it is a challenge that we're going to have to face. So that's kind of where we are right now. So questions? Yes.
So we're already anticipating that there's going to be more budget issues moving on into next month. Has anything been decided as far as just with some of the stuff that we've already set up, like the 8% with the faculty and, you know, extra duties for some of the staff? Is that going to continue on? Do you know anything like that yet?
No, because we really are just at the beginning of having the budget committee try to figure out how we're going to handle this deficit. And so I think we don't know what it's going to mean really for any of us until until we can know for sure what the numbers are, and then try to it's no surprise to any of you that I don't have to tell you this, that we've not only cut out the fat, we've cut out a lot of the flesh. We're gouging into bone. And so it's going to be, it was hard to find the $8 million last year. It's going to be even harder to find however many million we have to find this year. So anything that anybody comes up with, we're willing to listen to it. So because we've got to collectively find the answers. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Maybe.
It's kind of tough to follow that act. Well, we'll try to do some positive notes here to finish up with. But I know everyone is working hard, even though it is cut down to the core, so to speak. I think everyone that is working hard here. So, I just want to touch on a few notes from the other reports from the other areas that were sent to us. As we mentioned before, all this information has been emailed out, but I want to touch on some other positive things and other things of note. From Academic Affairs, the Reading and Academic Success Division has now been reorganized into the Academic Services Division. It includes the downtown librarians, the tech campus, Carrollton counselors, and other members of that Reading and Academic Success department. And Renee Wagner is going to be serving as a division chair for the units. Yeah, well, see, that's why we're having this. We're learning something new here. If you haven't been down to the downtown library, we now have the Learning Commons, which is on the second floor. We also have Hillary Sortor. Hopefully I said that correctly, is a new tutoring coordinator. And they are all working together to provide tutoring and additional help as far as getting homework and assignments done, place to get information, obviously, for classes. There's reading lab, research, and reference services, all in one location. So it's kind of the backside of the second floor, but it's now opened up. It's a lot more open, and it's kind of cool looking out there. So that's a good thing. Let's see. From Student Affairs, just to reiterate what Dr. Diane Callan-French said, last year, or 2014-2015 graduates, we had 3,408 credentials, and of those, 1,398 associate degrees. And we also now have an Associate Director of Admissions, Jimmy Kidd. So,
He's the director.
what's that?
He's the director of it.
Oh, he's the director of it. Okay. All right. Duly noted. Duly noted. Just had associate on there. Let's see. Students, you want to talk about that?
I know a lot of people already know, we lost the grant we had for SSSP this year. So we won't have that program, unfortunately. It's been with us for about 39 years now, so it's really sad to have lost that. But we're hoping to get a lot of the people from that program moved out to different areas in the college, so that's good, you know. And Wynomi Williams, he's going to be working in the counseling center downtown this year, so we still have access to those people who were helpful for our students, so it's good that they're still here.
That was tough to see it go,
Yes,
but
it was.
let's see. From Business Affairs, yes. If you haven't checked it out, Morris Cafe is now on campus, which is a good thing. I've even tried out the food; it is good. So it's endorsed by Dan O'Brien. You're co-chair, so there you go. It used to be, for those who don't know, it used to be in the YMCA on the 2nd Street YMCA right across the street from campus, but I believe the owner felt like he was getting a lot of traffic from Jefferson students, so he just decided to move to Jefferson, so that's a good thing. It was like more options are always welcome. Let's see. And then the Michael was affectionately called the Michael Murphy property at 1st and Broadway is almost, the renovation is almost complete. So that's pretty cool. That's going to be neat when that's done. I believe that's going to be housing the theater department. Yeah, a good place for them, close by. Let's see. Allied Health and Nursing. One of the main things on that, the Health Professional Pathways, or H2P grant, is coming to an end. But they had some good success. There were 438 participants, 326 certificates were earned, and 55 degrees were earned as well through that program. So, like someone who works with Allied Health and Nursing students, it's always good to see those credentials being obtained. Carrollton, there's a couple of.
Let's see.
Oh, Northern Kentucky.
University.
Yes.
It says reps from Northern Kentucky University and JCTC, they continue to meet, establishing career pathways between the two colleges. Their goal is to finalize the partnership this academic year and roll it out for 2016. It seems to me.
Yes.
It says we're planning for a new campus and it's reached phase C and the project is on schedule. Looks like construction is scheduled to begin in January 2016. Good news.
It's always good. It's always good.
Should've
Yeah.
said this.
Yeah,
Before we got here.
It's a good thing.
We had a lot of new information that I didn't know about. Looks like for our tech campus, Dr. Telly Sellers, he's going to be the interim director for the tech campus. So, that's been nice.
Sullivan is retired,
Yeah.
so Telly is now running that, at least for the time being. So, let's see, and I think the last part is about Bullitt County. If you want to touch on that, they've got some good numbers.
Okay. The home campus enrollment compared to the fall of 2014 is up 9% this year. So it's pretty good.
But it still was positive, so that's a good thing.
That's always good to hear anything positive that we can have.
That's right. A few other notes as far as upcoming meetings and parties, that sort of thing. The holiday party is scheduled for December 4th. More details will be coming down the line. And the next college-wide staff meeting, at least right now, we've got February 5th and April 1st. And then one thing that Danielle and I were talking about is we will pledge that for the next meetings we will have graphics in the background. So we didn't do that last year. That was our first year. I wasn't really sure how it went, but as someone who obviously likes to be in front of talk, there's only so much you can get from me. It's kind of nice, to have some graphics to support it, so you're not just like, what's that guy talking about? So
yeah, you got that to look forward to.
yes,
for the
we
next
will
meeting.
work with Jeffrey so we can get some graphics on here. So if you are back at your office, you'll have some supportive visuals to help. So, any questions about today's meeting?
Okay.
Well,
Thanks to everybody
That's
for
right.
coming out today. I did send out an email with all of the reports, so if you didn't get a chance to get a copy here, you have one in your email. So,
right. If you have any questions for us down the line, feel free to email us. And if not, we'll see you at the next meeting or some other event before that. All right. Have a good weekend. You got better emails? It's all you. It's all for a second. We might not. I started thinking about this thing too, like, it's gonna come from. Everybody talking about dropping over here. Well, I felt like just talking about it.